Hey guys, it's important to note that this video um, did not record all the way. Well, not it didn't. No, that's not true. It did record all the way, but my audio decided, oh, don't work. So it didn't work. So this video is a little bit, it's a little bit weird sounding. It sounds like I'm in a tunnel for some reason. Maybe if you guys have tunnel vision, you guys can understand the problem. Um, but yeah, but I made too many good points, I feel, to redo the video. So we're just gonna go with it. And yeah, I hope you guys aren't upset with that. Anyways, thank you, and I'll see you. Well, make sure to watch the video, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. Today I'd like to talk about the Icarly reboot. And first of all, I want to start by saying my general background on how I found the show to begin with. And you may be wondering if I was there. Hang on, I'm trying to figure stuff out here. It's been a minute. You're probably wondering, okay, well, did you grow up with the show? Were you somebody that, kind of found the show recently? Like, what's the goal? Like, what's the deal here? How did you find the original show? And if I could tell you that, basically what I could say is that I did grow up with the show, and I remember watching I remember watching it religiously, and I remember like waiting to get a new episode. I believe it came out like every Friday on Nickelodeon. It was a big deal. Woohoo! We're gonna get a new iCarly episode. Woohoo! And I just remember thinking, okay, well, this is a great show. Now, I have not watched the show since I was a little kid. However, I have seen little episodes here and there, and clips here and there. So I do remember it pretty vividly. So, when I heard that they were coming out with a reboot, and I believe we mentioned a little bit of this reboot, well, I mentioned it in my most recent TV review video, where I was talking about reboots versus revivals and the book of rules and how that has an effect on things. So when I heard about this revival, I was like, okay, well, holy crap, what is this gonna be? Is this gonna be great? I was worried, but then I knew that I had to see it through. I'm going to be comparing this to Proven Innocent for a few reasons. I know they're two very different shows, but I feel like I need to mention why I didn't like Proven Innocent, kind of remind everybody on why, maybe put it into some better words, because it does have an effect here. It does. With that in mind, let me tell you about this reboot. Again, I was so worried about this because I saw Fuller House on Netflix, and I was like, okay, well, that's not what a reboot should be. Like, we all know what a reboot should be, and this, as far as, and I'm gonna be careful with spoilers here because I actually do want you guys to go and see the show, but I'm gonna have to mention some things that might be spoilers, so just a spoiler warning just in case. I definitely recommend you go check this show out, definitely. But here is my problem. with these reboots nowadays is that they don't do a good job at acknowledging, okay, here's a TV property that we're bringing back. Like, let's just say that we made a remake, or let's say I made a remake of I don't know, that 70s show. Okay, let's just say I made a reboot of that. I would, you take that general concept and you reboot it. You start, well, sometimes, okay, if it's a full reboot, you start fresh. But if it's a revival, which this is more of a revival and less of a reboot, it's like a continuation of the story that you started back when the original show aired. So this revival is, I gotta say, it's one of the better revivals. Okay, so this is where the Proven Innocent stuff is gonna have a little bit of an effect here, even though Proven Innocent really isn't a reboot of anything, it's just its own thing. But this is where I'm gonna have to start mentioning it. With iCarly, and I don't know if this is because I'm a little bit biased because I grew up with the show, with iCarly, this reboot, well, sorry, I keep calling it reboot, it's a revival. With this revival, I have to say something. I really do. I have to say that even though there were some episodes that I thought were a little bit iffy, what I saw, I did like. Even on those episodes, I still enjoyed the episode. I think it's the comfort, I will give a little bit of some spoilers here. Right off the bat, the first scene of this of this revival, is adult themes. Really, it's right off the bat. It doesn't waste any time to establish that this is an adult show. And I have to say, they kind of throw you into it. And at first, I got whiplash. Not literally, but I kind of got whiplash from it because I was like, okay, well, I do like the fact that they're being more open about it, but there was literally almost no warning at all. Which I do like, but it's I also was not prepared. And they cuss now and they do all this and that. So when I think about Proven Innocent, and see, this made me think about Proven Innocent, of the fact that even though the iCarly revival didn't have a lot of good episodes, I still liked what I saw, and I still enjoyed what I saw. I can't say the same for Proven Innocent, because with Proven Innocent, I didn't really enjoy what I saw, and this is what made me have that really strict rule of only 3 episodes, and if you can't impress me within the first 3 episodes, then you're out. Now I have to, and see, that's why I was okay, well, I'm gonna give this the first 3 episodes, for iCarly, and I was I literally can't do that. I knew right from the bat. I tried thinking okay, maybe I could, but no, because I had to see it get better. And I kind of kept tabs on Proven Innocent to make sure if it got better or not, and it didn't. At least in my standard, it didn't. So my opinion about it, I don't know if it's changed or not. I don't know. Maybe. Sorry, I gotta put that next. I don't know if it changed or not. But here's what I know. Here's the deal. Here's all that. So, I knew right off the bat that this was a completely different animal. That I had to see it through. I had to see if there was any good episodes, and there was. The first 3 episodes aren't really anything special. They are a good way of getting you into the show. The Nora reappearance is not the best, but you'll have to. I won't tell you why. Well, actually, I probably should. Well, no, I won't tell you why because I want you to go and watch the show and see for yourself and see what you think about it. In my opinion, I feel like her character was wasted. But that's kind of what you do. Now, this is the hard thing, because I didn't want to have to mention Jeanette at all in this, or Sam. I didn't want to have to mention her because I know for sure that she is not on board. Well, I mean, she supported this revival, but she didn't like it. Well, not like it, but she had some problems, you know, with the original show. And I'll let you do your own research on that and come to your own conclusions about that. But here's what I want to say. Okay. The show, and I hate to say this because it sounds rude, I really don't see how they could write her character in. I really don't. If we're talking full time, I really don't see how. I doubt it. I really do. I doubt that we could that they could write her kind in. They probably could, but it's kind of like this revival. It is kind of on its own. It is kind of its own thing. There's a lot of callbacks to previous episodes from the first series, but really it does its own thing a good majority of the time. And I will say here and there it has trouble holding its own weight at first. When the first few characters come back, you know what I'm saying? Like the guest characters. It sometimes, like when there's more originality with the series, it's like it kind of has its problems. It doesn't know how to balance it out. And then there's episodes where, you know, some characters are written better than others, and that's kind of with any show at this point. But my main problem, I think, was the Harper and Dutch, like those two characters, because I loved Maeve. I loved Maeve. Maeve was my favorite, and I hope that I get to see more of her in season 2, which they did get a season 2. And what I wanted to say was that the reason why I don't like Harper's character is because she's not really written the best way. A lot of times there's that barrier there that prevents her from developing, you know? Like, things happen in her life, right? But, I mean, I don't know, I didn't see enough of her money troubles. They said that she was going to have some money troubles, and she went from being rich to being rags. But, really, that's not explored all the way, at least not right now. Now, they could have plenty of time for season 2, but in the first season, that's kind of where you get this going. You know, that's where you get, like, if you're gonna introduce a character, a new character, and give them all this backstory, you've got to make sure that that character isn't one-dimensional, right? And that they can, you know, get from point A to point B. There are some major breakthroughs in some of these episodes that I actually do like, that are Harper related. And Harper is a very smart, intelligent person. And the fact that they're really not using her to her fullest potential, which She has a lot of potential. It's just really upsetting. So before anybody, gets on their keyboards and says, "Oh my God, you're this," or "Oh, you're that," I don't hate the character. I just don't like the fact that she's written the way she is. She needs to be written better. She needs to have a flow with the characters. In sometimes I feel like it's like that Ghostbusters remake that they did a couple years back in 2016, where they cared more about the comedy than the actual plot itself. And the comedy, it held the plot back a couple times throughout the movie. That's kind of what it's like here, where it's like her character really doesn't add a whole lot to the mix. I mean, like, it adds flavor, but sometimes I feel like they over-season some scenes, and then sometimes I feel like they under-season some things. And I feel like they need to balance it out and go to culinary school and season it the right way. Sorry, I've been watching way too many cooking videos lately. I apologize. But yeah, I just feel like they wasted her character. We need a redemption arc for her. Please. Millicent, another favorite of mine. I actually liked her right from the beginning. And she got better and better and better and better and better. And now she's really great. I really like her character. You'll notice that I'm not really going too in depth with the plots, because I want you, again, to go and see this show. I want you to go and see it. It's definitely worth paying for Paramount Plus for this. This is not sponsored in any way, but I will say that this show is a great show. And when I do the rating, normally I talk about the characters, I talk about what I like, what I didn't like, and my reviews, they kind of, a lot of the times are negative, and right now I'm pulling out a lot of negative things, like me talking about Harper was pretty negative, I guess you could say, but here's the problem with that. The rating I'm giving today for this show is going to be different for season 1. It's going to be different because I'm not looking at basic things anymore. I'm looking at the more detailed things. Like I said on Discord, and this is a bit of a spoiler, I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. I'm going to. Because I feel like it's worthy of a 9 out of 10. There's so many factors. So it's not just, 3 major things. Like, there's a lot of little details that help this show out a lot. And again, I never really hated anything that I was looking at. I mean, I thought that Dutch was not the best, and I really feel like her character also needs to be improved upon. But I also liked Alex Xavier as well. So, and we need more of a struggle, because right now the characters are doing pretty well. Besides Freddy. Freddy has gotten the shit end of the stick. But that's to be expected. I really, if you're looking for a more detailed review, this isn't it. This isn't your detailed review. But I will say that there's a lot of factors that play into this show that make it worthy of a 9 out of 10 scoring. So again, it's not just like some simple details. And it would take a full fucking day, or maybe even more, to acknowledge the little details that there are. It's not even the hidden Easter eggs. It's a lot of other details that are just, that I like, and then there's things that I don't like. But yeah, I've already said my main problems with this. If you want to see a more detailed review, you can, I will link Jordan Fringe's review down below. It's more detailed. It has a lot of more opinions on it. But I'm trying really hard not to go into too much detail here. So I will link that video down below. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, thank you, and please watch Icarly. Definitely watch Icarly. But before we leave, a couple of announcements. First of all, podcast related things. Oh, okay, first of all, ASMR coming back, okay? It is. I've had some problems with Streamlabs lately. Finally been getting it to work. But ASMR is coming back. Not just that, but we're also, I'm also doing some other things. My whole GTA thing didn't really work out so well, so we're not doing that anymore. But I have some plans for my podcast, which is the Blue Moon Podcast. I will try to link those links in the description down below. And that will take you to my podcast. If you want access to all the episodes, which I really shouldn't say all the episodes because season 1 is on YouTube. Season 2 is currently being uploaded to YouTube. And season 3 will eventually be uploaded to YouTube. But if you want to support me, this is completely optional. If you want access to all of the new episodes and all the episodes that you've missed, you can pay $2.99 a month. You gotta go to anchor.fm/The Blue Moon Podcast /subscribe. Or just go to anchor.fm/The Blue Moon Podcast and you will get, there's a subscribe button. And if you click that or press that, you can pay $2.99 a month. And I'm gonna give you a lot of new content as well, extra content, so if you feel like doing that, you can. Hell, who knows? I have an idea for a special episode idea that if you love ASMR, you should check it out if I do end up uploading it. So, then also, there's one other thing that I was going to mention. My next review will probably be either Hightown or the Chucky TV show. But with the Chucky TV show, you have to see it through. I do too. I have to see it through. So I'm going to see it through for the first season, and yeah, I'm gonna give my opinions about it. Anyways, I really do hope you guys enjoyed this episode. This new video. If you did, thank you, and I will see you guys in the next one. Adios, amigos.